Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be taking a closer look at the entire selection of Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 3 Part 1 ninja suits. As you can see right here, we have all of them as revealed by the recent official reveal, I suppose you could say, for the January 2025 Dragons Rising Season 3 sets. Kind of a mouthful, but bear with me here. We have all of the new ninja suits here, and I use the word new very loosely for some of them. Some of them are definitely not new per se, but for better or for worse, this is the Season 3 lineup of ninja. Even though some of the ninja might not be specifically on the team anymore, figured it would be fun to take a look at the entire group all together, give my thoughts on these new costumes just in general, and overall discuss whether I feel like these suits are good or bad, because I've seen some pretty mixed opinions regarding this group of costumes. Specifically, we also have some stuff with Zane that we will talk about here momentarily as well. But overall, for today's video, just going to be talking about the ninja suits for the new January wave for Season 3. So, without further ado, let's start with Kai up here, because just taking a look at Kai, that will give us a very clear look at what's going on for a lot of these. So these new suits are very detailed. Some would say maybe even a little bit too detailed, but they kind of look like a mix between armor and cloth. As you can see, we have some golden armor plating underneath with each ninja's symbol right there. We also have some armor going over top of it. So I kind of feel like these suits are very armored this time. Again, not very ninja, maybe more like knight, dare I say. Even the helmet is kind of like knight-esque, and we've seen, you know, armor-themed helmets before, more specifically with Master of the Mountain, where a lot of those ninja suits were knight-inspired. These almost look like, I've seen the comparison to Power Rangers. In the case of Zane, I've seen the comparison to Transformers. I see it, I get it, but I think overall, these masks, I do like them for the most part. I do like these helmets. Some of the other ones that we will look at later have some questionable color schemes, but I do think overall they are very good helmets. Specifically with Kai's costume, I like the use of the dark red. Just like with Hands of Time, dark red seems to be the primary color here, with Kai's actual red color being secondary, along with obviously the aforementioned gold, and of course the yellowish orangish belt here for Kai. I think Kai looks pretty good too. Now, it is worth mentioning that, as you can see with Cole, just kind of skipping Jay for a second, Cole does have this black shoulder pad piece, which I do think all of the suits will have in the show, but like the case with a lot of ninja suits from LEGO's past, not every minifigure comes with that armor piece. Very unfortunate. I might end up going on Bricklink and getting a couple of these armor pieces before I actually get these sets, just because that armor piece in black does already exist thanks to Evil Jay from the Tournament of the Sources. Speaking of Jay, let's talk about Jay, because he looks a little bit different, right? Obviously, if you've seen the set images, you would know that Jay does not go by Jay anymore. He goes by the name of Rogue, which we had rumors for before. Those rumors are now confirmed. This is not Jay, this is Rogue. And that's kind of replicated here. Some folks have pointed this out. That is the Ninjago symbol for R. That is the Ninjago symbol for the letter J. So RJ, Rogue J, if that makes sense. Otherwise, he is just Rogue. And I do like this design overall. Again, very Forbidden 5 inspired, though I'm not sure if Jay will be allying with the Forbidden 5. Maybe, maybe not. I do like that big hat, though. Again, kind of covering his eyes there. I do wonder if that will be how the actual minifigure looks, like if the hat actually does cover the eyes like that, because if so, that's pretty awesome. But something tells me it's just going to sit a little bit above the eyes, just so you can still see them. Really hope it looks like this, though. Jay, this time around, uses primarily dark blue with some darker yellow. Not that banana yellow that we've seen on Jay for a while. A nice dark yellow representing his turn to the dark side, if you will. He also has this dark red belt. Red in the Jay color scheme doesn't really fit, in my opinion. Would have preferred if that was maybe another like yellowish color or another shade of blue. But again, he's red. Maybe that's red because of Shatterspin. Who's to say? I mean, we did see him learning Shatter Spin. Also, not a huge fan of the golden armor piece here. Why does he have a golden armor piece? Wouldn't it make more sense for him to have a black one too? Why is Rogue J... why does he have a lighter colored armor piece? Again, just kind of a weird thing in my opinion. I do like this design overall though, but if I had to pick which Evil J design I prefer, this one or the one from Season 2 Part 2, I'm going to pick that Season 2 Part 2 one. That is quickly becoming one of my favorite J minifigures ever. This J, still cool in my opinion, don't get me wrong, but I do prefer the other Evil J a lot more. Moving on to Cole. Let's talk about Cole. Cole being my favorite ninja. How does this new Cole suit look in my opinion? Well, it's complicated. It's very complex looking, just like with Kai. We have a lot of armor here, except Cole's armor is in gray. He also has gray hands. The mask is black with a little bit of orange. We also have some other orange detailing as well. So again, black, gold, orange, and gray. A very Cole-themed color scheme. We've seen other Cole suits with this exact same color scheme, so I think it does work, and obviously the black armor would work best on Cole. Again, I'm just not sure about the complexity of these suits. Kind of just feels like they have random lines for the sake of it. Then again, maybe that's the point. Maybe these are complicated because they are slightly robotic. Could very well be, but still, I don't mind Cole's. I think out of all of the ninja, Cole is probably my favorite one in terms of these new suits. I do like Zane's quite a bit. Not this Zane, but we will get to the other Zane that I do actually prefer. But this one, not too bad. I don't mind Cole's costume this time around. Moving on to Zane. Like I said, we do have a couple of Zanes here. This is the first one. This actually comes in the cheapest set in the wave. And he's shirtless. He's got the robot pecs out, the robot abs out. His power source is right there. I will say, this is very different from what we've seen from shirtless Zane before. I mean, does that mean that Zane got a bit of a redesign following the merge? Did he actually get rebuilt? I know that's been a popular fan theory. Did this now confirm it? Who's to say? But I do like the detail, I'd say. He also does wear the same pants as the proper Zane suit for this wave, which we will get to here momentarily. But yeah, overall, it's okay. Just kind of makes me wonder why we could not get the normal Zane in one of the cheapest sets. Again, very, very strange decision, but it is what it is. Again, this season does appear to be very Zane heavy. This is not a Zane focused season because obviously focus seasons are no longer a thing. The Ninjago writers have made that clear time and time again. But of course, Zane does have a couple of other variants. Let's talk about those super quick. So we have here, this is the proper Zane in line with the other ninja suits. Not the best quality image. I could not find like a normal image of this suit, so this is the best that we have right now. But just taking a look at it, it's very gray. I do like the helmet, gray and white. I think that's an excellent color combination. Kind of glad that they went for more gray than white, almost as if gray is Zane's primary color. I will say they probably should have done that for the body as well, because as far as the body and as far as the legs are concerned, white is still the primary Zane color. We also have this big guy down here, this big beefy boy. Not the best picture of it, it's kind of cut off, but you get the idea. This is the buildable Zane that comes in the combo mech set. This kind of makes up the chest of the combo mech. No idea what's going on here, but that is very much Zane. You can see his eyes, his symbol right there too, his power source right here. Almost wonder if maybe this is some type of modification that Pixel made to Zane's body where he can have like this hulked out form. I think it's kind of cool. I think it has a lot of potential. I like the horns, the little antennas here. I'm just curious to see how this fits into the storyline, like if at all. Again, maybe this is just a modification with Zane's new body. Maybe Pixel made those modifications before the merge happened. Zane is just now realizing this. I mean, that power core right there does look similar to the power core down here. So again, maybe it's a case of take your shirt off and then you can Hulk out, like literally like the Hulk. I think that's the best comparison that I can make right now. I think we're going to see some crazy stuff for Zane. Now, going back to the ninja minifigures, let's talk about Lloyd. Now, with Lloyd, I got a little bit of some issues with Lloyd. The lime green hands bother me, and here's why. So, take like Kai, for example. Kai uses dark red for the majority of his color scheme, yet his hands are still the normal red. And I suppose with Cole, it's a little bit different too, so maybe it's not that big of a deal. But for Lloyd, why are his hands lime green? Shouldn't they be the normal green color? Maybe I'll change that when I get this minifigure. Not the biggest deal ever, kind of like a minor nitpick at most, but still, what's the deal there? Overall, the rest of the suit looks fine. Again, all of the suits maintain this very straightforward armor design. Straightforward. It's not straightforward. It's very complicated, but it is still the same throughout all of them. Lloyd does also use the same helmet. Lloyd's helmet doesn't look that bad. I kind of like Lloyd's, and again, Lloyd does not come with an armor piece. Most unfortunate. For Lloyd, yeah, the only problem that I have is the lime green hands. I will probably change those. Moving on down to the second row here, let's talk about Nia, because Nia is back to using that gunmetal gray in her color scheme. For a while there, she was primarily using the azure blue. You could see that on the tournament suit most especially. But now we are back to a primarily gray suit with the azure blue being like the secondary color. I think this suit looks pretty good overall. No real complaints coming from me with this one. I like how it looks on Nia. Color distribution is fine. The helmet might be a little bit too blue. Maybe they could have swapped those colors, the gray and the blue. Just a thought. But overall, I don't mind Nia's suit this time around. It's not my favorite. It's also not my least favorite. It's just decent, all things considered. I actually kind of like the gunmetal gray with the blue. Again, wish that mask was a little bit differently colored, though. Moving on to Aaron. Okay, Aaron is a very interesting case because I don't feel like this will be the final mask that Aaron actually uses in the show. Because we've seen this suit actually through some other leaks where he's actually using a recolored merge suit armor piece from Dragons Rising Season 1, a black one with the normal horns that he usually wears on his proper ninja outfit. I feel like that is the design that we are going to see in the show. This helmet, I don't think is canon. Not sure why it's included here, but still, new Aaron. Let's talk about the body. Again, black cloak, black arm, purple spray-painted dragon. Looks good. Looks really good. Again, more so like an edgy Aaron. Love that. Black belt. His symbol right down there as well. Looks good. Looks pretty good. Kind of looks like a thrown together version of either his tournament suit or his normal ninja suit. If I had to guess, probably his normal ninja suit because again, we are seeing that normal mask. But this right here shows that Aaron is a little bit more edgy this time. You know, he's not good Aaron anymore. He's dark, depressed, emo Aaron. And I think this costume represents that extremely well. I especially love the spray-painted purple dragon. Again, very crude compared to what Aaron did with his previous outfit. Moving on to Sora. What is there to say about Sora? Well, as usual, Sora gets the short end of the stick because, as usual, Sora does not have a new suit, aside from that mask, which doesn't count because I doubt that this mask will be canon. So here's my thing with Sora, right? I get why she doesn't have a new suit. Canon-wise, Sora hates wearing the same thing that everyone else is wearing, so I can see why she never really has a new costume unless the situation calls for it, like during the tournament. But seriously, I feel like that is such a lazy excuse for LEGO to not give us a new Sora. It's been 2 years, 3 years. We've had 3 years of Dragons Rising, give or take, 2.5, but you get the idea. Why is Sora still using that Season 1 suit? I'm sorry, but can we move on from this one? It's been used forever. I don't think we need it anymore. This tells me that Sora will not have a new suit in the show too. And you know, canon aside, she hates wearing what everyone else is wearing. That's cute and all, but come on, give us a new Sora. Sora should not be the same thing every single year. Aaron has a new suit. Wildfire has had an upgrade since we've started Dragons Rising. But Sora is back to just being plain old Sora. What is the deal there? Speaking of Wildfire, there's nothing to say about this. It's the same Wildfire that we've been getting for a long time, since Season 2 started. Now, granted, it is a little bit better than Sora, because at least Wildfire has had a few different suits. She's had 2 in total, her original and this one, if you count like just TV show canon. Sora, no excuse. Wildfire, kind of sick of seeing this figure too, because she comes in a lot of sets, and this time she doesn't even have the shoulder pads, so it's like, so what's the point, especially? So nothing really new to say about Wildfire. I think she should have gotten a new suit too. I feel like both of these characters should have gotten new suits. I don't understand why we keep on skipping Sora, especially. Moving on to Pixel, the last one that we have to talk about here. Pixel is back. Ladies and gents, she is here, and she looks pretty good, I must say. I do like this new Pixel, Samurai X symbol front and center, showcasing that she is indeed maintaining that Samurai X role and identity. Love that. Also love the new color scheme, silver, red, white, and purple. A little bit of purple in there. I think that is a very good choice, and we talked about this a while ago because the description for this minifigure was actually leaked a while ago, and it said Pixel's back to using purple. Very good, because purple was one of Pixel's original colors, so it's nice to see that come back. Also, Pixel does have a new face print, looking very Pixel. Love how that looks. Same hairpiece as before. Dare I say, mildly disappointing. Maybe Pixel should have had a new hairpiece, just because it's the same one that Nia uses. Kind of feel like maybe Pixel should have had a different hairpiece from the start, but I digress. Overall, very, very good Pixel design. I love it. Curious to see what her Samurai X helmet looks like in the show, because I imagine she will have that helmet. But overall, guys, that'll pretty much do it for my thoughts regarding the entire new ninja lineup for Dragons Rising Season 3. I feel like, so far, this new line of ninja, there are some wins. There are a lot of things that I like here. There's also a lot of things that I don't like, particularly, like I said, with some of these characters still refusing to be updated for whatever reason, but still overall not a bad lineup. Do I feel like these are the best Dragons Rising suits ever? No, not really. If anything, I do prefer a lot of the other Dragons Rising suit collections. I mean, just compared to the merge suits, the mech pilot suits, the climber suits, the tournament suits, these guys are probably my least favorite collection of the entire bunch, but still, these are nowhere near bad suits in my opinion. Just not my favorite for Dragons Rising, and them being my least favorite for Dragons Rising, again, doesn't mean that they are bad. These are a lot better than a lot of other ninja suit collections that exist out there. We've seen bad ninja suits before. These, in my opinion, are not bad. Nowhere near the bottom of the barrel. Just for Dragons Rising, kind of my least favorite collection so far. But will I still get all of them? I certainly will. I do have space now in my collection for all of these, so bring them on. Can't wait to get them and add them to my collection. So with that being said, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. Leave all of your thoughts down below in the comments. What exactly do you guys think about these new ninja suits for the Season 3 sets or the January 2025 wave? Whatever you would like to call them, leave all of your thoughts down below. Which ones are your favorites, least favorites, and how do they compare to the other Dragons Rising suits in your opinion? I've given my opinions. Leave all of yours down below in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. If you guys enjoyed this one, feel free to like and subscribe. Do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.